Hello to all my comrades out there throughout the entire universe. Tio Mr. CeaseFire Hardiman coming to you live, episode number 20. If I'm a snitch, then show me the paperwork. This particular conflict took place about 2 or 3 days ago here on the east side of Chicago. I had a young man that called me to meet with him about one of his former comrades being a federal informant, okay? So I asked the guy, I said, I tell you what, before I get involved in this particular conflict, before I weigh in on it or try to bring you guys together, I need to see some paperwork. So the guy, he said, you know what, he said he saw the paperwork and his friends were going to make copies of the paperwork and he would actually have the paperwork whenever we meet with the guy. I said, I tell you what, man, make sure you bring the paperwork so we can kind of get to the bottom of this particular situation. So he provided me with the name of the guy, and I kind of knew the young guy just a little bit. So once he gave me the name, information, and all that kind of good stuff there, he never showed me paperwork though, right? So I told him, I tell you what, let me go meet with the other guy, and then I'll see if he's willing to meet with you so we can work this out, right? And I said, you telling me the truth, right, bro? He said, yes, sir, I'm telling you the truth. And keep in mind, both of these guys were shooters. Both of these guys were some pretty tough guys. They had a background of shooting people before. These were some no-nonsense type of individuals. So I drove over there to meet with the other guy. I got him a car. And so it's like around 4 or 5 blocks away from this guy on the east side. So when I arrived at the brother's house, he told me to come on in and talk with him. And he said, basically, man, I say, look, bro, the guys say you're a snitch, you're a federal informant. They got some paperwork on you and they want to meet with you. And so the guy told me, he said, you know what? He said he did recognize he saw a couple of guys in some cars riding around looking crazy at him like they wanted to do something to him, but he always kept himself strapped, he said. So therefore, they know that he always keeps himself strapped, so they didn't try him at that time. I say, man, I think it's important you meet with these guys so we can kind of clear the air. And I asked him, I say, are you a snitch, bro? He said, you know what, man, it's an insult for you to even ask me that, bro. He said he respects me, but he said, no, he's not a snitch, not a stool pigeon, and he's not a federal informant under any circumstance. He said this whole conflict is based on the fact that he charged those guys a little bit more money, in other words, for some product that he sold them, and somebody lied to them saying that he kind of like double charged them, but he never double charged them. He sold them the product for the same amount of money he paid for it. He actually gave them a break. He never tried to exploit the situation. So he agreed to meet with the guy. So basically I called the other guy. We set it up. And one of the main conditions as far as me arranging the meeting, I told the guys, you can only come by yourself. You're not bringing nobody else, all right? So we met at an undisclosed location in the back of a building. There was just a big old gate up. Nobody could get out unless they kind of tried to scale the big gate and jump over the gate. But that was unlikely because it was a real tall gate, all right? So we get back there. Next thing you know, one of the guys tried to get real gangster with it. Cussing the guy, man, you're an informant. You know what time it is, man. I saw the paperwork and everything. I say, well, where is the paperwork? Even other guys say, where's the paperwork then? If I'm a stool pigeon, show me the paperwork. You cannot accuse a man without showing him the paperwork, right? He said, well, you know what time it is? He started naming names of some of the people that told him that the guy was an informant, but the paperwork was not there. So I had to intervene. I say, man, if there's no paperwork, you don't have a case against this brother, man. It has to be something else. Another brother, he said right in his face, he said, you know what? This is not about me being no informant. This is all about selling you some product that you guys were unhappy with, number one, and you thought I overcharged you, right? That's what this is about. Another guy said, man, you don't know what you're talking about. We're not here to talk about that. You know you're a stool pigeon. So I had to intervene once again. And the other guy that called the guy a stool pigeon was texting some of his friends to come back over there to violate this guy. And I happened to intercept him. I have to see, for some reason, God allowed me to see on his text message where he was telling the guys to come on, let's take care of this business. And I told the guy, I say, look, man, I brought this brother over here under my name. You can't do this to me, bro. That's not how it goes. We had an agreement, man to man. You don't have no paperwork. This conflict is over, blood. And the other guy said, you know what? I get down on people just like you do, bro. The only way we're going to resolve this issue right here, you stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. And that's how we resolve this particular conflict. Episode number 20. If I'm a snitch, then show me the paperwork. And the moral of the story is this here. A lot of times out here, lots of times, in other words, people out here tell lies on people. They cannot back it up. That's why you have to be very, very careful before you take a person's word for face value. Show us the proof. That's a different story, all right? So peace and blessings to you. I hope you enjoyed this particular story. These are true stories from the streets of Chicago. Tio Mr. CeaseFire Hardiman. And once again, episode number 20. If I'm a snitch, then show me the paperwork. The only resolution with this situation was both guys agreed to stay away from one another, but we saved a life or two lives on the front end. Peace and blessings to you.